Hi, and thank you for joining us. In this webinar, you will learn how to identify key differences in quality LED fixtures versus cheap, no-name knockoff products. We'll review questions you should ask to minimize financial exposure and risk to your company. You will hear an example of how a large distributor has taken steps to minimize risk in their organization, and we will highlight how you can limit your risk to your company with Lithonia Lighting Contractor Select products from Acuity Brands. Our speakers are Pat Murphy, our Vice President of Strategic Accounts, and myself, Michelle Salambini, Director of Product Portfolio. If you have any questions or requests for information, you can email contractorselect@acuitybrands.com, and we will review that email again at the end of the presentation.
The LED lighting market is changing, and it's changing quickly. We've seen more and more suppliers than ever before selling our distributor partners, but also online, direct to consumers, contractors, developers, building owners, all promising LED products at cheap prices. Many of these no-name knockoff suppliers are bringing questionable products to the market at basement-level prices. Certainly their price also reflects their quality, service, and more importantly, their ability to back up a warranty they offer when the products are purchased. Most concerning, these low-tier suppliers have grown double digits since 2014. And note, this data point does not include the sales of suppliers selling direct around the electrical channel and around contractors. And while Acuity Brands is still the market leader, sales for these knockoff suppliers combined are now a number 2 in the North American lighting market. That should concern all of us. That means potentially a lot of inferior product from companies that may not be in business next year or have the ability to honor the warranties after the product has been purchased. Our intent in this webinar is to arm you with the questions you should ask and the product features and specifications you should be looking for to make an informed decision on what LED products you buy. And keep in mind, a cheap invoice price in the long run can be very costly to you. Many consumer advocates use the phrase buyer beware, or you get what you pay for. How very true when it comes to the purchase of LED luminaires. They are not all the same, and the pretty box or the low price you get might also get you into a lot of trouble. So what's the risk? I provided an example at our last webinar that's worth repeating. Conservatively, let's say you sold 10,000 fixtures annually from knockoff suppliers over the course of the last 5 years. That's 50,000 fixtures. Let's say at an average price of $75 each. That's $3.7 million. Awesome job. Oh, and by the way, it's worth noting that your salespeople sold them at an average markup of 15%, because you know the old story. They were getting ready to lose the order, so I had to take it. By now, maybe you wish they didn't take that order, because with it comes a substantial obligation for you and your company due to warranties offered by undercapitalized suppliers, and/or many have already gone out of business, like the ones you see on this page. I said before, being a lighting supplier is not for the weak and is certainly not for the undercapitalized. If you bought from one of these no-name knockoff suppliers, highlighted here, you're likely on the hook for the warranty. If you bought from Acuity Brands, know that we've got your back. The bottom line is, how much risk are you and your customers willing to accept?
If you joined us last time, you'll remember we discussed the components that make a quality fixture. But many of these quality aspects are built in, so how do you know? There are some visual differences that can help you see the difference. Well, some knockoffs are easy to spot. Anyone up for some Arm & Hatchet baking soda? It looks so much like the real thing, you have to really look close to see that it's not. How about this one? I think someone forgot to run spell check. No worries, just squeeze in an extra A. It looks like the real thing. And lastly, anyone want to go for a walk in their new Hikeys? Obviously, these are some pretty silly examples, but when it comes to commercial lighting, it's not always so easy. So then, how can you tell the difference between a quality LED fixture and a typical knockoff? Take a look at this short video on the differences in our Lithonia Lighting high bay versus a knockoff high bay.
Hi, I'm Ben Grindle, Product Director for Linear High Bays, and I'm here today to tell you the importance of selecting the right high bay for your industrial application. Here we have the IBG, the #1 selling high bay in North America. Because of its efficiency, configurability, and all-around performance in industrial applications, IBG has been the go-to choice. Here we have a new IBG lookalike from one of our competitors. While it may look the same, make no mistake, it's no IBG. One of its greatest deficiencies is the lack of IP rating on the optics. We know warehouses can be dusty, dirty, buggy, and the last thing you want is the optics to become a collection point for all this junk. This not only impacts light output, but it just makes your space look plain bad. Getting up to clean every lens at high bay mounting heights? Good luck. IBG has IP5X rated optics. This means the optics are officially rated to be dust and debris resistant. As you can see, the optics make a constant contact with the channel, eliminating gaps and slots as entry points. Let's take a look at this competitor product. The optics have no IP ratings. As you can see, the lens is held on by a few tabs, and there are slots on the back of this channel, as well as gaps on the ends of the lens where it meets the channel. These gaps serve as doorways to an all-expense paid vacation in the sun for bugs. Let's sprinkle some dirt on the back of both of these fixtures and see what happens. Take a look at the lenses. Look at all the stuff in the IBG lookalike lenses. Imagine what it would look like after years of operation in your warehouse. The IBG remains dust-free. Better go with the Lithonia Lighting IBG, the best value in lighting.
Here's another example of something you should look out for. It's always important to make sure the fixture you choose is rated for the environment in which it's being installed. How do you know the temperature rating for a fixture? Seems to be a simple question. Take a look at this quick video.
Here we have the typical imported UFOs and linear high bays you're seeing in the market today. Industrial applications have challenging temperature environments with typical ambient temperatures of 45 degrees C and above. Lithonia Lighting knows the importance of building a high bay to meet these challenges. How do you truly know if the high bay you're buying is rated to perform in these environments? The specification sheets for these products in front of me say they are rated for 50 to 55 degrees C. Let's check the label on the fixtures to see if it matches. I don't see any labels. Did you know that per UL and CSA inspection standards, if there is no physical label on the fixture that provides the ambient temperature rating, then the fixture is officially rated for just 25 degrees C. That's 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And last time I checked, most applications where people would put these fixtures may very well be above room temperature. So, how does Lithonia Lighting differ? As you can see here, our high bays have labels for ambient temperature rating that match the information on our specification sheets. What happens if you have 25 degrees C rated products in higher temperature environments? The components of an LED fixture are very sensitive to elevated temperatures. Unlike Lithonia Lighting, many of the imported high bays in the market are using the cheapest components available. What are they sacrificing to keep their costs down? Will they hold up to industrial environments? Who knows? Elevated temperatures accelerate the process of component failure when they are not designed for that environment. Also, you may see significantly decreased light output throughout this potentially limited fixture life. It is so important to select the right product for an industrial space.
So now let's look at a side-by-side comparison of the Lithonia Lighting CPX panel next to a knockoff LED import product right out of the box. At face value, they look pretty similar. It would be easy to assume they are equal quality as well, but beware, they are not. After being stalled for some time, inferior quality panels may become yellow. This is not a good look for your customer, and you will most likely be getting a phone call. Additionally, many cheap panels will start to bow or bend, again, potentially leading to a call from an upset customer. Imagine if your customer installed panels that were bowing while school is in session. Sounds like a callback for evening hours, and that sounds expensive. So if you can't tell the difference out of the box, what can you look for to ensure you're buying quality products? Well, for this panel example, there are some clues on the specification sheet. First, as we talked about in our last webinar, material type matters. Many of the cheap knockoff products are made with polystyrene that will yellow over time. The Lithonia C panel is manufactured with multistyrene, which resists yellowing over time. This may not be specifically called out on a spec sheet, but you can certainly ask. LED binning is important for uniformity between panels when installed. Many knockoff products are less than 3 steps, causing adjacently installed panels to appear different. That makes for an unhappy customer. Backplate thickness is important. As you saw in the photo on the last slide, many of these products bend and bow due to thin backplates. You can see other specs called out here as well. The point is, there is a difference, both seen and unseen. Here's an easy one to spot. Sometimes it's not just materials, but also design. Here's an example of a round surface mount LED fixture. On competitor and A and B products, you can see the way the LEDs are bunched together along with capacitors and other larger components. These layouts can cause hot spots and shadows, which are most noticeable when dimmed. However, on the Juno Slim Basics fixture in the middle, you can see the LEDs are evenly spaced and larger capacitors and other components are purposely hidden in the trim. This is to ensure the fixture delivers a uniform distribution of light. But don't just take my word for it, see for yourself. Here's a picture of 2 round surface mount LED fixtures. The fixture on the right is the new Juno Slim Basics, and on the left is a typical knockoff. You can see the nice, even light distribution on the Juno fixture. The knockoff shows a hot spot in the center with a dark spot in the very center and uneven illumination towards the edges of the trim. Again, this is all due to the layout of the circuit board. So I ask you, which product would you sell to your customers? I think the answer is clear. Oh, and by the way, I've just given you a sneak peek at the new Juno Slim Basic Round Surface Mount that's launching in about 30 days. So let's talk a bit about the quality of Acuity Brands LED fixtures. We've shown you several design implications and material selection implications that really affect product quality. Obviously, we keep all of that in mind as we design or source new products. We have stringent specifications for our products, and they are all required to pass robust quality assurance testing. When we do source a product or component, they are all sourced from Tier 1 suppliers. Again, this helps to minimize your enterprise risk knowing you are buying robust product from a Tier 1 manufacturer. In fact, we are the North American market leader. If you joined us before, this will look familiar, but it's so important we need to cover it again. Everyone has a warranty, but beware, they are not all created equal. Here are some questions that you should ask. How long is the warranty? Is that reasonable from that supplier? Do 10-year warranties really make sense, especially in value-based products or from companies that haven't been in business that long? And what type of coverage does the warranty provide? You must read the fine print. Here's an example. This is an excerpt from a warranty of a knockoff supplier's packaging. We use the name supplier in place of the supplier's name so as to not call anyone out specifically, but it states, supplier warrants to the original purchaser that all supplier LED items shall be free from defects of material and workmanship for a period of 5 years from the date of purchase. And here's the important part, based on 3 hours of use per day. Really? 3 hours of use per day? I don't know about you, but I have the lights on in my home more than 3 hours a day. And while I don't know the exact math, that is certainly not 5 years of typical use. Again, you must read the fine print to understand what you are buying. More questions to ask. Who do you contact for warranty service? Or how do you file a claim? Is there a contact in North America? If you need to return the product, do you need to send it to, say, China at your expense? That's probably more than the fixture is worth. What will the company do if the product fails? Is the company still in business? If they are, will they honor the warranty? Are they financially capable of honoring the warranty? Again, all good questions to ask.
So here's the type of nightmare you could find yourself in. As reported by the Detroit News on May 7, 2019, the city of Detroit was going dark. The city had purchased upwards of 20,000 fixtures that were prematurely dimming and burning out. It's worth noting that these fixtures had a 10-year warranty. The Detroit Public Lighting Authority filed a federal lawsuit against the lighting manufacturer, saying a fix would expect to cost them in excess of $7 million. To make matters worse, the supplier refused to honor the warranty, even though they admitted that there was a problem with the luminaire and acknowledged potential safety issues for the city's residents. There's a pending lawsuit, and it may take years and no doubt a substantial amount of legal fees in order to resolve. Again, don't put yourself or your customer in this situation. Buy from a reputable, leading LED lighting manufacturer. Think of Acuity Brands. Don't just take our word for it. Let's hear an example from a leading electrical distributor. Our Vice President of Strategic Accounts, John Kimmel, had an opportunity to speak with Wes Smith, President of Mayer Electric Supply, on this topic.
So John, you recently spoke with Wes Smith at Mayer about purchasing from Tier 2, Tier 3 suppliers. Can you tell us a little bit about whether Mayer has a policy regarding these suppliers?
Sure. Mayer does have a policy. It's a two-part policy. The first part has to do with project business. In order for a seller to use a non-strategic supplier on project business, they're required to get approval from either the Vice President and COO or the President of the company. If approved, they can only use this supplier for a one-time project, and then they would have to get approval again if they wanted to use them again. They actually want to do this so that they cause the seller to really think about it before they use a non-strategic supplier on a project. In terms of the other part, which is around stocking suppliers, only a regional vice president of Mayer can request a non-strategic supplier be used for putting into inventory. Basically, that has to be approved by both the vice president, CEO, and the president, and the supplier must undergo a full review in terms of their insurance requirements, credit references, terms and conditions, etc., in order to be approved.
That's great. Do you know why Mayer instituted this policy?
Well, certainly it's around wanting to use strategic partners whenever they can with their business. They also say that it maximizes their profitability to work with strategic suppliers, and it minimizes risk. I think that's one of the big issues that Mayer has run into, is they've had a couple issues in the field where they've been put at risk. So minimizing risk is a very big deal.
Well, awesome. Thanks for sharing that with us today.
You're welcome.
The bottom line is, hoping fixtures won't go bad or wishing a supplier will support you when you need them is clearly not a smart strategy or a way to operate your business. The better strategy is to be overly cautious. Get educated on what goes into a quality product. What are the product specifications? And know what your salespeople are buying and who they're buying from. Because at the end of the day, you really do own it. If these simple steps are followed, you will minimize the risk for your customer, your company, and/or the company you work for. Actually, the risk-free choice is choosing a product from Acuity Brands Lighting. Lithonia Lighting is the bedrock brand for Acuity Brands Lighting. Lithonia Lighting has delivered the best value in lighting for more than 70 years, providing the industry's broadest line of commercial, industrial, institutional, and residential fixtures. Our products have always been known for its quality, reliability, and solid performance, making Lithonia Lighting the most specified brand in the lighting business. In addition to our product strength, superior customer service has long been the hallmark of Lithonia Lighting. From product specifications to the selections through the delivery and beyond, our people are committed to making it easy for you to get the product and the information you need when you need them. Lastly, we stand behind our products, and you can take that warranty to the bank.
Acuity Brands has the perfect solution for your everyday lighting needs while minimizing your enterprise risk with our Contractor Select portfolio of products. This portfolio is made up of our most popular and highest moving stock products for the most common projects in multiple product categories, including commercial indoor, outdoor, industrial, downlighting and residential, emergency, and controls. They are readily available and we have the product where you need it. They are in stock and available for same-day shipment from one of our 6 North American distribution centers. We will continue to refresh the line with new product releases to ensure we are quickly addressing changing market trends. And you can rest assured of their trusted performance. They are backed by our trusted brands, Lithonia Lighting, Juno, and Sensor Switch for over 70 years. If you're looking to add stock lighting products and not sure what to add, the Contractor Select portfolio is a great place to start. We have the industry's best service model to support your stock and flow business. We need to get you the product when you need it. Our Light Quick Stock program includes roughly 600 stock items that we will ship quickly. If we receive your order by noon, we will ship the same day. If afternoon, we'll ship the following day. And all times are regionally based. Incidentally, all Contractor Select products are part of our Light Quick Stock program. So, if a Contractor Select product is stocked in your primary DC, you can expect the same day, next day shipping commitment. Additionally, we have the ability to quickly configure many non-stock products to meet your timely product needs. We have several regional manufacturing centers located in our distribution centers that can assemble many configurations quickly and get them on their way to you. Both of these programs set Acuity Brands apart, especially from the knockoff suppliers who don't have this capability. This is another reason to select Acuity Brands. We also have the ability to customize your order. Need a non-stock special color or paint? We can do that. Need special markings on cartons to help job site logistics? We can do that. Need custom pallets? We can do that. Again, there are several service-related capabilities that we offer that you most likely will never get from a knockoff supplier. We also support your renovation or retrofit lighting project business by providing products that are DLC qualified or have earned ENERGY STAR certification that could save you energy and, as a result, money. On top of that, some utility companies offer rebates for using energy-efficient LED lighting and controls products that are DLC qualified or ENERGY STAR certified. You can look these up at acuitybrands.com/rebates.
In conclusion, the next time you consider buying from one of these no-name knockoff lighting suppliers, in the famous words of Harry Callahan in the movie Dirty Harry, you've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you? And then ask, how long have they been in business? Do they have a proven track record for product quality? Do they have design-in quality for proven performance over time? Do they have the financial backing to honor a warranty for 5, 7, 10 years? Do they have quality technical post-sales support? Do their products meet the appropriate codes? What is your obligation if the product fails? Do you feel 100% confident that it is a smart and cost-effective choice to buy from a no-name brand? Can your customer afford to be in the dark? We are confident that if you choose Acuity Brands lighting fixtures, you will have minimized your risk and made a smarter and safer choice. Awesome job.
Thank you so much for your time today. If you have any questions or requests for information, you can email contractorselect@acuitybrands.com. Additionally, we really value your feedback. You will be receiving a quick survey after this webinar. We encourage you to give us your feedback to ensure we are providing you the type of information you would like to review for future webinars. Additionally, you will receive a link to this webinar within the next few days. Thanks again. Have a great day.